If he dies, you die. The senior guard's rifle pressed against Dr. Anton Petrov's head. In front of Anton, Commander Klaus Hoffman lay on the operating table. His face was blue. He wasn't breathing. Heart attack. "Understand me, Russian?" the guard said. "If the commander dies, I will shoot you right now." Anton swallowed. For 3 months, Hoffman had tortured him, starved him, beaten him, made him live in filth, and now Anton could give him life. Or he could choose not to. A small mistake during surgery. No one would know, but the guard pressed the rifle harder against Anton's head. "Start now." Anton's hands trembled. He had 2 choices: save your enemy and live, or let him die and you die too. But there was a third choice: save your enemy and keep your honor. Anton reached for the scalpel. "Okay, I'm starting the surgery. Now I'm going to ask you a simple question. Does this story end happy or tragic? Write happy or tragic in the comments. At the end of the video, we'll see who was right. By the way, welcome to Frontline Diaries. Here, every day, I share incredible stories of war's unsung heroes. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. If you're ready, let's continue with this powerful story. Moscow, 1929. Summer. Anton Petrov was 24 years old. He stood with 200 other medical students at Moscow State University graduation day. The dean spoke. "Today, you become doctors. But before you leave, you must take an oath, the Hippocratic Oath." The students stood, raised their right hands. Anton placed his hand over his heart and spoke the words, "I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, this covenant. I will respect human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient." Those words felt powerful, noble, true. Anton didn't know then how hard those words would become. June 22nd, 1941. Germany invaded the Soviet Union. Anton was 36 now, a surgeon at Leningrad Hospital. When the war started, he volunteered for the Red Army Medical Corps. "You're too old," the recruitment officer said. "You're 36. "I'm a surgeon," Anton replied. "You need surgeons." The officer nodded. "Welcome to the war, doctor." Anton thought he was prepared. He wasn't. The Eastern Front was hell. Anton served in field hospitals, close to the front lines. He saw wounds he'd never imagined, men with missing limbs, men burned, men dying from gangrene, typhus, dysentery. He worked 20-hour shifts, no sleep, no rest. In winter, temperatures dropped to -40 degrees Celsius. Soldiers froze to death. Frostbite amputations became routine. But Anton kept working. "Why do you do this?" a young nurse asked him one night. Anton looked at the dying soldiers around him. "Because they're human beings, and they deserve a chance." August 1944, the Battle of Minsk. Soviet forces were advancing, pushing the Germans back, but Anton's field hospital was overrun. German troops surrounded them, gunfire everywhere. "Surrender!" a German officer shouted in Russian. The medical staff had no choice. They raised their hands. Anton was taken prisoner, along with 30 other Soviet medical personnel. He was marched to a POW camp in Poland. The journey took 3 weeks. Walking, little food. Many died on the way. Anton survived, but he wished he hadn't. The POW camp was in a former factory near Krakow. Thousands of Soviet prisoners, starving, sick, dying. Anton was identified as a doctor. The Germans put him to work in the camp infirmary. "You will treat German guards and officers," the camp commander said. "Soviet prisoners, only if there's time." Anton nodded. He had no choice. The camp commander was Klaus Hoffman, SS officer, 45 years old. Cold eyes. Hoffman hated Russians. "You are animals," he would say. "Subhuman. You don't deserve life." Anton said nothing. Silence was survival. It started 3 days after Anton arrived. A German guard came to the infirmary. He had a cut on his arm. Minor, not serious. Anton cleaned it, bandaged it. "There," Anton said in broken German. "It will heal." The guard looked at the bandage. Then he spat in Anton's face. "You did this wrong, Russian pig." Anton froze. I did it correctly. The wound." The guard punched him, hard. Anton fell to the ground, blood in his mouth. Commander Hoffman walked in. He saw Anton on the floor. "Get up," Hoffman said coldly. Anton stood, slowly, painfully. Hoffman looked at him with disgust. "You are here to serve, not to talk, not to defend yourself. Understand?" Anton nodded. "Yes, Commander." "Good. Next time you speak out of turn, I'll do worse." That was the first beating. It wouldn't be the last. For 3 months, Anton lived in hell. Hoffman made sure of it. Every week Hoffman would visit the infirmary, and every week he found a reason to punish Anton. "This medicine bottle is not clean enough." Punch. "You didn't stand at attention fast enough." Kick. "I don't like your face, Russian." Slap. Anton endured it. What else could he do? He was also starved. German guards ate well. Soviet prisoners received only thin soup and stale bread. Anton lost 20 kilograms in 3 months. His ribs showed. His face was gaunt. But he kept working, kept treating patients, kept surviving. One night, another Soviet prisoner asked him, "Why don't you just let yourself die?" "It would be easier." Anton shook his head. "Because if I die, who will treat the others?" December 12, 1944. Morning. Anton was in the infirmary treating a Soviet prisoner with a broken leg. Suddenly, the door burst open. A German guard ran in, panicked. "Doctor! The commander collapsed! Heart attack!" Anton's breath caught. "Hoffman!" The guard grabbed Anton's arm. "Come! Now!" Anton followed. They ran to Hoffman's office. Inside, Hoffman lay on the floor, clutching his chest, face blue, eyes rolling back. Other guards stood around, terrified. "Do something!" one shouted. Anton knelt beside Hoffman, checked his pulse. Weak, very weak. "He's having a massive heart attack," Anton said. "He needs surgery, immediately." The senior guard pulled out his rifle, pointed it at Anton's head. "If he dies, you die. Understand?" Anton looked at the rifle, then at Hoffman. For a split second, Anton thought, I could let him die. I could say I tried. No one would know. But then he thought of the oath, the Hippocratic Oath. "I will respect human life, even this life, even Hoffman's." Anton swallowed. "I'll do the surgery. But I need help. Nurses, supplies." "You'll have everything. Just save him." They carried Hoffman to the infirmary. Anton prepared, sterilized instruments, gave Hoffman a local anesthetic. They had no general anesthesia. 2 German guards stood beside Anton, rifles ready. "Start," the senior guard ordered. Anton took the scalpel. His hands trembled. For 3 months this man had tortured him, beaten him, starved him, called him an animal, and now Anton held a scalpel. One small mistake, and Hoffman would die. No one would know. It would be natural, a complication, justice. But then Anton heard a voice in his head, his professor from 1929. "A doctor does not choose who lives and who dies. A doctor chooses to heal. Always." Anton took a deep breath, and he began the surgery. The surgery lasted 4 hours. It was complicated. Hoffman's heart had severe blockage. Anton had to clear the arteries, stabilize the rhythm. With limited equipment, no assistant, and 2 rifles pointed at his head. But Anton worked with precision, with care, with skill. He wasn't saving Hoffman, he was honoring the oath. Finally, Hoffman's heart stabilized. His breathing returned, his color improved. "He's going to live," Anton said, exhausted. The guards lowered their rifles. "You saved him," one said, surprised. Anton nodded. "Yes." "Why?" He's been terrible to you." Anton looked at Hoffman's unconscious face. "Because I'm a doctor, and he's a human being." The guard stared. He didn't understand, but Anton didn't need him to. 3 days later, Hoffman woke up. Anton was there, changing bandages. Hoffman's eyes opened, slowly, painfully. "You," Hoffman whispered, "you saved me." Anton nodded. "Yes." Hoffman stared at the ceiling, silent for a long time. Then he spoke. "Why?" Anton sat down, looked at Hoffman. "Because I'm a doctor, and you're a human. But I treated you like an animal. I beat you, starved you." "Yes, you did." "So why save me?" Anton paused, then he said, "Because if I let you die, I become like you. I become someone who decides who deserves life, and I can't do that." Hoffman's eyes filled with tears. I was wrong. About you, about Russians, about everything. Anton said nothing. Hoffman continued. I thought you were subhuman, but you saved me. You showed more humanity than I ever did. Anton stood up. I hope you remember that, Commander. And he walked away. January 1945. The Soviet army liberated the camp. When the Red Army soldiers arrived, the German guards fled. Commander Hoffman stayed. He was still recovering, weak, unable to run. Soviet soldiers found him in his office. SS officer, one soldier said, we should execute him, now. But Anton stepped forward. No, the soldiers looked at him. Why? He's SS. He ran a POW camp. Because we're not executioners. We're soldiers. Take him as a prisoner. Let him face trial. The soldiers hesitated. Then they nodded. Fine. But only because you say so, Doctor. Hoffman was taken away. Before he left, he looked at Anton. Thank you. For my life. And for my soul. Anton nodded. 1960 Moscow. Anton Petrov was 55 years old, still a doctor, still working at a hospital. One day, he received a letter from Germany. It was from Klaus Hoffman. The letter said, Dear Dr. Petrov, I'm writing to you 15 years after the war. I spent 10 years in prison for my crimes. I deserved more. But I wanted you to know. What you did in December 1944 changed me. You saved my life. But more importantly, you showed me what humanity means. I spent the rest of my life trying to atone. I volunteer at hospitals now. I help refugees. I teach young people that hate is taught, but compassion is chosen. Thank you, Dr. Petrov. You didn't just save my body. You saved my soul. With eternal gratitude, Klaus Hoffman. Anton read the letter. Tears in his eyes. He wrote back, Dear Klaus, I did what any doctor should do. I honored the oath, but I'm glad you found your humanity. That means the world didn't lose another soul to hate. Keep helping people. Keep showing compassion. That's how we heal the world. With hope, Anton Petrov. Years later, when Anton was asked about that day, he said, People ask me why I saved him. The answer is simple. Because I'm a doctor, and a doctor's duty is to preserve life, not to judge it, not to choose who deserves it, but to preserve it, always. Even your enemy, especially your enemy. Because that's when humanity matters most. So did the story end happy or tragic? What did you write in the comments? Did you guess correctly? If this story moved you, don't forget to hit the like button. And to see a new Frontline Diaries story tomorrow, don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.